Hello, beautiful people. Let's discuss polishing. Polishing jewelry, polishing coins. When to polish your jewelry or when to polish your coins. Most people would say you never polish your coins, ever. But what it comes down to is do what you want with your coins. If they're in your collection, make them look the way that you would like. As a general rule of thumb, when you polish a coin, you diminish some value. Most collectors do not want a highly polished old coin. They want original patina, original color, original toning. If you polish it and make it uniform, bright white, bright silver, you are taking off some value. So just keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, it's your coin. It's your piece of jewelry. Do what you want. So I have some things spread out here. We're going to do some before and afters. Show you what I would polish, what I wouldn't polish. This isn't really a how-to polish video. There's many different products out there. Pick your poison. You want to dip it? Then go for it. All right, that's enough of an intro. Let's look at this jewelry. Let's look at these coins, and I'll tell you what I would do. Okay, let's discuss jewelry first here. First things first, if you're a dealer and you deal with antique jewelry and you don't know whether you should polish it or not, or if that would help the sale or would help the value or the collectability, just don't polish it. Don't polish it if you're not sure. Leave that up to the discretion of your buyer. It's easier for you, and usually there's more buyers out there who would prefer to clean them with their own methods. So keep that in mind. Even if you have a method that you like, if it's old and you're sort of on the fence, don't clean it. Okay, enough of that. Again, this is about what I would do. So I've laid out some jewelry here, and I would tell you what I would do with each piece here. We'll just dive right in. So here's a Tasco money clip. I would go ahead and polish this. It's not a really well-known designer. It's got Dominguez there. There's a handful of Dominguez Maker's Mark II on there, but again, it's not a substantially valuable piece. It's really most of the values in the silver. So yes, I would polish it. Would help the contrast between the lapis inlay and the silver there. So it would make it really pop. I would have no problem polishing that. The old sword or scimitar. Nope, wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it. Nice original patina, mid-century. Nope, maybe even earlier than that. It's got the little C clasp there. Wouldn't mess with it. No polish. Crucifix. Absolutely not. Would not polish. Good original patina on this. I think a polish would make it look, I don't know. Try to modernize it. Try to, a piece like this, you don't need to make it look new. You don't want to take the years off of a piece like this. And that's the same thing that applies to coins for the most part. So, and this would be very difficult to polish. You'd really have to dip it. And then if you did polish it, you'd have to be very careful with it. No, don't dip this. Don't polish this. Don't mess with it. Do the rings last. Nice antique bracelet. Cuff bracelet. I likely would not polish this. Like the way it looks. Again, a good original patina. If I did polish it, I would polish just the band. I'd mess with just the band, and I'd leave this little pine cone, monkey finger, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a weird bracelet. I'd mostly leave that alone. This one I'm on the fence, and if you're on the fence, I would leave it alone. Nice old cuff, pretty small. I can tell you right away, that would be really hard to get out without some very hard elbow grease, and you'd end up with a really shiny spot right here from rubbing. And then you'd have to make the whole thing uniform to that amount of shine, and it would just be very difficult to polish anyway. I would leave this one alone. The belt around the outside, concho belt, nice early Native American made turquoise belt. Absolutely would not touch it. To me, it looks like original patina. I don't see any elements of previous polishing on it. Great color. I would never ever shine that up to a bright silver. Nope. Couldn't do it, wouldn't do it, shouldn't do it. That's my opinion and also my advice. This is a decent designer. The designer escapes me. There we go. Patino. This is one, if it had original patina on it, I would not polish it. The problem with this is it has been polished already. So if you're going to, it's sort of halfway between, it's like a coin that's been polished and then is slowly returning back to, you know, the darker patina. And it's not a natural patina either. When you do when you polish something heavily and then it starts to oxidize, you don't get a nice, good, original looking patina. You get in kind of an uneven, gross looking color as far as I'm concerned. So that's kind of what's happening here. You see unevenness in the toning, and there's also elements where the previous person's polish, they just left it in the cracks. So, you know, who knows how many years ago that was done, but I would polish this to boost a sale, and I would toothpick out all the grooves. Hopefully it would just be dark under there, and it would leave the patina, at least in the grooves, but I would do a surface polish and try to get that contrast back, because as it is right now, it's not very attractive. Most people would agree it needs a little help. So at this point, you'd go ahead and polish it. This is George Jensen. In my experience, go ahead and polish most George Jensen unless it's really early stuff and you don't want to damage the piece. 9 times out of 10, go ahead and polish it. And again, do it carefully and sparingly. I wouldn't dip it necessarily. So there you go. Polish it. Tiffany, sure. Go ahead and polish it. Most people like their Tiffany to absolutely shine. Most modern jewelry, David Yurman, Tiffany, you know, Judith Ripka, things like that. Hey, kiddos, can you please work it out? Daddy almost got to the end of this segment. Yeah, I'll be in there in a second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Putting out fires. Polish Tiffany, sure. Here's the rings. A lot of this old Native American stuff I wouldn't polish unless it's really far gone. And this is pretty close. I might be inclined to leave this one as is. However, this one, it's so dark. I would go ahead and clean it up. I think you'd get a nice contrast. You get the elements to pop a little bit, and it's not a super high-end ring. It is nice and early. It's got a broken shank there. So yeah, we will go ahead and polish that. I'll show you. Most jewelry that's just like imported, made overseas, marked 925, not really designer jewelry necessarily. Sure, polish it up. Absolutely. Same as this. You could polish this up, no problem. 925, probably Thailand, no big deal. Polish it up. Here, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. Again, nice older piece, probably Native American made. Leave it alone. Show the age, show the years on it. This is probably from the 60s, maybe 70s. Here, this is a more modern ring. This would be terribly difficult to polish well, and you'd end up losing some of that internal dark patina, most likely, and it would come out looking uneven. You can see there's a little bit of area there that gets touched and brushed, so that you know, it just wouldn't really be beneficial to polish this in my experience. I'd leave it as is. This is a really interesting, unique ring that I'd probably polish just to see the details a little bit better. It's old, looks like it's missing a ruby eyeball. Is it a skull? I think it's just marked sterling. Again, broken shank, and somebody was wearing it on a teeny finger. Teeny tiny. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and polish it. I'm just interested in it. We'll take a look at it. So let's do some before and afters of a couple of rings here. I'll take some pictures and I'll show you. These turned out, I think, really well. See how it kind of leaves the patina in the dark or the lower areas of the stamp. So it still shows some age, and now you can actually see the design. Before it was just completely gone, so that's why I polished that one. That's just a modern ring. Clean that one up. Cleaning this one up, I found that KC. Thought that was interesting, but this just says 925 with the ring size on the inside, so it's nothing really special. But this one really benefited the most from the polish job. I used a toothpick under there to get rid of some of that verdigris. This is the detail that was revealed here. Look at the top of the hat. I never would have seen this had I not polished it. It looked like just little grooves. AGHS30. I'm thinking high school ring. AG High School 1930. Pretty cool. So there you go. And then here's the tie clip. Not tie clip, money clip. Yep. I'd say I rescued that. It was pretty far gone before. There's a little bit of white in some of these chips here, and that is from being polished over the years. You could do a pretty, more detailed job and try to scrub it out, get more blue out of it, but I'm not worried about it. So, improvement. There you go. All right, let's talk about coins. All right, so here's the sampling of coins to consider. What are we going to polish? What should we polish? Usually none. But again, if you're talking about just, something in your collection that you want to polish up and make pop, then go for it. So in this situation, the Morgan dollar, I would never polish. I don't care what it looks like. I would just never polish it. Walking Liberty half dollar, same situation. I wouldn't polish it. I would leave it. Bust half dollar, absolutely. You polish that, in my opinion, you ruin it. Again, that's not the next person's opinion, but if you get rid of the dark patina on this, So what I'm going to do is, because this is a similar coin that I also would not polish, I am going to go ahead and polish this so you can hopefully envision what this would then look like polished. So I'll take close-up pictures of these before and after cleaning, so you can see what it would have looked like, and you can see what this one actually looks like cleaned. And most people don't like it. I don't like it, certainly. This is a coin that has no real collector value. It's worth its silver content. You might be able to get $1 more over silver at a coin store or something like that. Dealers are not going to ask melt for their coins, but that's a whole other video for another day. But this particular coin, you're not going to hurt the value of the coin if you decided to polish it. It is not a rare coin. It is not like a Walking Liberty half dollar where you want that original patina. This I will go ahead and polish. I think the gunk on it is pretty ugly. That's not even wear. I don't know how or why it would have toned like that. It's anyone's guess how it was sitting or what was on it or how it was exposed to the air to get that color. So anyway, I'm going to take that off. We will polish that. I'll show you a before and after on that. And I think you will prefer the after on this particular coin. I know I will. And then this is just a round. This typically, rounds don't have a whole lot of extra value over the silver. People buy rounds, never mind the polish on my finger. People buy rounds just to stack them and save them as an investment. There are some rounds that are limited edition. Apparently this one says it's limited edition. I did do a search on this, and it's worth a little bit more than melt, but again, it's not going to hurt the value of this coin really to polish it. It's just not. Some will disagree with me, but as far as rounds are concerned, or even like silver eagles, if you have a really dark silver eagle and you want it to pop again, if you polish it, it's still worth what it's worth in silver for the most part. So we will polish, and we will polish just so you can see what this coin would look like polished. But again, I would not polish that. All right, so let me shoot some close-up pictures, and then I'll show you the final result. And you know what? I'm sorry, coin lovers out there. For the sake of this video, I am going to polish this Morgan dollar. There are more 1921 Morgan dollars than in any other Morgan out there. So that it's not going to really detract the value from it. It will take away eye appeal. So, you know, a buck here, a buck there. But, you know, these are really worth what they're worth for the most part, 1921. Other dates, not so much. You got to watch your Morgans. But, again, for the sake of this video, let's polish it up. I'll show it to you. And we'll wish we never polished it. So there's the polish job on the right. I didn't take a lot of time with it, but it looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. Don't polish your old coins. There you go. Here's the $50 situation. That dark patina on this JFK was tough to get out. I actually rubbed on it pretty hard. But for me, from how dark it was, that's an improvement for that particular coin. Personal preference, though. It's all personal preference, but here's that round. Wow, I didn't know it had like a mirror finish. You can almost see me there. Great.
These are called shell noodles.
They are shell noodles, that's right. So Betty Boop, you can now see her nice and clearly. That's awesome. That looks great now. Great looking round, I love it. This, please stop kicking. Please stop kicking the table. It's shaking. Just a moment, please. Thank you for listening. 1921.
No, here's the tail.
They made a bajillion of them. This looks terrible. A mirror finish on a...
It's the tail.
Yeah, but it's bumping daddy. So thank you for stop. Thank you for stopping kicking the chair, okay? I appreciate that. Yuck. Don't polish your Morgans. You can't go back. No. All right. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you out. This is, if you're interested, this is the polish I was using. It really does a number on stuff. There you go.
Can I have,
Moral of the story,
can I have,
polish what you want to polish, but do it carefully.
Daddy, can I have them for my potato, for my
Tomatoes?
Yes.
For your you want polish for your tomatoes?
No.
No.
No dip.
Oh, you want dip. We can do dip. Thank you for being relatively quiet for my video. I love you.
I love you too.
Editing this video was hell. Why? Let me put it this way. If you can correctly guess or tell me the number of times I said the word patina or polish or polished, any version of the word, I'll send you something. Put it in the comments below. And that includes the last clip. You got to count that too. If you're crazy enough to actually do. I'll send you, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. I'll send you like a Morgan dollar or something. Like, you just got to count them right. Patina, polish, polish, patina, patina, polish, patina, patina, polish, patina, 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 patina.